What if one small decision, like throwing on grey joggers, led to a moment you'd never forget? This is one of those stories. I thought it was just another ordinary day, running errands in my grey joggers. But what happened in that elevator still gives me chills. The elevator was almost full when I stepped in, nodding politely at the woman near the buttons. She was tall, confident, and exuded this effortless elegance. Her perfume, a mix of vanilla and something mysterious, hung in the air like an unspoken question. I settled into a corner, pulling out my phone to avoid gawking. But the crowd seemed to blur into the background when the elevator jolted suddenly. I instinctively grabbed the railing, and my hand brushed hers. Just for a second, but it felt like much longer. "Sorry," I said quickly, my heart pounding. She glanced at me with a small smile that made my stomach flip. "It's fine," she replied, her voice warm and amused, as if she knew something I didn't. The lights flickered, and then the elevator came to a grinding halt. A murmur of frustration rippled through the group, but she didn't seem fazed. She just glanced at her watch and leaned casually against the wall. "Looks like we are stuck," she said, her tone playful. I chuckled nervously. Nothing like being trapped with strangers to make your day interesting. She raised an eyebrow, her lips curving into a smirk. "Strangers don't have to stay strangers." I grinned back, feeling a spark of courage. "Good point." We started talking, and the conversation flowed effortlessly. Her name was Lena, a freelance writer with a knack for turning dull moments into stories. I told her a bit about myself, trying not to overshare but also not wanting the moment to slip away. At some point, she moved closer, brushing past me to lean against the railing. Her arm grazed mine, and I couldn't ignore the warmth of her skin or the subtle confidence in her movements. "Grey joggers, huh?" she teased, her eyes flicking down. "Bold choice." "Comfort and confidence," I shot back, trying to match her playful tone. "Hun," she mused, her gaze lingering on me. "I guess they do say a lot about a person." I tried to stay calm, but my mind raced. Was I imagining the way she leaned closer, or was this something real? Finally, the elevator jolted back to life. A cheer rippled through the group as the doors slid open, but neither of us moved right away. She turned to me, her eyes locking onto mine. "Thanks for making this less awkward," she said softly. "Anytime," I replied, my voice steadier than I felt. "Maybe we should get stuck again sometime." She laughed, a sound that felt like sunlight cutting through clouds. "Or we could just grab a coffee instead." Before I could respond, she reached into her bag and pulled out a pen. Scribbling something on the edge of a receipt, she handed it to me, her fingers brushing mine and lingering for just a second. "Text me," she said, her gaze steady, almost daring me not to. Then she turned and walked away, leaving me standing there in the middle of the hallway, feeling like the world had just tilted on its axis. I stared at the receipt in my hand, her number scrawled across it like a secret waiting to be unraveled. The grey joggers, which I'd thrown on without a second thought, had somehow become part of a moment I knew I'd replay 1,000 times. As I walked out into the cool air, I smiled to myself, a mix of nerves and excitement buzzing through me. Sometimes, the smallest decisions, like throwing on grey joggers, can lead to moments you'll never forget. I wasn't sure where this would go, but one thing was certain: I'd never look at elevators the same way again. Back home, I typed her number into my phone, hesitating for just a second before hitting send. So, is coffee before or after getting stuck in an elevator? Have you ever had an unexpected connection like this? Or maybe a secret you've been holding onto for too long? Send your anonymous confession to utellsecrets@gmail.com. Your story could be the next one we tell. What would you have done in that elevator? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to uncover more secrets from the lives of people just like you. Stay curious, We'll see you in the next story.